Okay. One up, we're on IG and we're on YouTube. Alrighty. So I logged in a couple minutes early because I want to make sure I've got all the settings set up. I'm looking blue on YouTube. I'm wondering what that is. Maybe it's my ring light setting. So I got this ring light, which I mentioned in the last live. Let's see if I change the setting. Oh, now I look green. Great. Or purple. Now I look pink. So it might be the setting for the... Also, the webcam has a delay, which is a little bit... I don't know if that's the webcam or if that's just my internet. But Fluffy Smiles. I want to say Fluff Eyes Smiles. And then I'm like, that doesn't make sense. But that's a great name, Fluffy Smiles. I like Fluffy Smiles. I have a fluffy smile. Welcome to my live stream tonight. I'm always excited when people come on here. Sometimes I'm talking to myself and sometimes I'm talking to people. And I like to talk to myself, but I prefer to talk to people. That's just me. I don't know. So yeah, I'm always excited to see what's going on and who's going to jump in and talk to us. So I was looking at my hair today and I was like, I should talk about my thin hair, kind of how I've handled it, how I've managed it. This is basically, all of these live streams are just kind of a continuation of the conversation. So if you want to know what's going on, you got to kind of have to go back and watch the other ones. If you're on YouTube, you might have a disadvantage because you don't know how good the quality is. I think it's a little bit better on IG, but I get more people on IG anyhow, so I think we're okay there. But not to lessen the love that we have for those of you on YouTube, because we definitely get people on there too. A few. I have a lot more interactions on YouTube. So, I'm sorry, on Instagram. Anyway, I was doing my hair, and I was just like, okay, I'm just going to do this. This became kind of my go-to, not this particular style, because I can't stand when I'm sweaty and I have something sticking to my neck. You guys have that problem? Like, yuck. So like your hair is, because when I sweat, I like super sweat, right? And so when I was living in the Caribbean, I would just like drip sweat and it was pretty disgusting. And so I was trying to figure out how to deal with my hair. And so I kind of found a few different ways to deal with it. And one of the tricks I found is one that I use today, which is pull everything to one side. Because if you pull everything to one side, it seems like you kind of trick the other people into seeing that you have more hair than you actually do. Does it work? I think it does a little bit. Another trick that I used, of course, is the side part. And I know that's not in anymore. Do I care? I don't necessarily care. So Mario is here. Hello, welcome to my... I have to look at the name and like break it down and say, okay, what is your name actually? Because I'm Mario Valles. Yeah. Valles Yera. Is like that the whole thing? I don't know. Anyway, you're testing my Spanish skills, or Spanish reading skills at least. So I would pull it over to the side. But when my hair was super thin, you can't see it as, it's definitely not as bad as it was. So this might give you a good idea of what I do with my hair. I prefer for my hair to be a little oily like this than to wash it too much, because I found that if I wash it too much, it's just so hard on it. It dries out the end so badly, and it just disturbs the natural oil so much. And so I have just held to the washing once a week, and that's what we do. So today, of course, you can see it's dirty. I last washed it on Sunday, and I will wash it again on Sunday. So what I'll do tonight is I'll use my boar brush and brush it upside down and brush it right side up. And I also have a little massager thing that I'll do, a little head massager. And yeah, so that's how we kind of try to keep the oils to the end, because the ends are pretty dry right now, but that's because I literally just colored it last week. So it's a little crunchy on the ends. I've got to get this sebum down to the end of the hair. So that's the objective tonight with my brushing, is to get that to happen. But in the meantime, yeah, I'm okay with that. But other things that I have done is I've literally used eyeshadow in here to kind of darken up where I lose a little bit. It became too much of an issue, but you can see there's kind of, you know, a bit of scalp here that's showing through. This is my hair thick. So, you know, if that's saying anything, this is my hair thick. So I know people, those that have PCOS, deal with this in all sorts of different levels. Some people have huge amounts of balding and other people don't have as much. Of course, it also depends on how much hair you started with. And my hair has always been pretty fine and thin. So, but I think one of the other things that I found that's really good is using the scrunchies is really beneficial, because I've just wrapped this around twice, which is why it's kind of migrated south a little bit here. But just using a couple, something like this rather than a hair tie. When I braid it at night, which I did for my protective style, I'll put a elastic basically right at the end, because if this gets damaged, it's not as big of a deal, because I'll trim that off periodically anyhow. So, but yeah, for the middle here, I'm trying to use just scrunchies, velvet, satin, something that's really soft and doesn't give a lot of resistance to the hair. So I think that helps a lot. So anyway, okay, hauls. Let's do this. Not the cough drops. Which one do you guys want to see first? So nobody's on here right now, so I'm going to just go with it. And then those that watched can see later. YouTube is not focusing right now, because sometimes it happens on YouTube. But there we go. Now we're in focus. All right, cool. I'm going to actually start with the Ulta haul, because that's the first one that came in. This is the one I was waiting for Sunday when I had my live stream. And then it never showed up, and I was kind of bummed, because the post office, my goodness, they've had one package of mine sitting in Illinois for like 14 days, I think, maybe 12 days, something like that. It's a ridiculous. I'm in Minnesota. That's one state away. Okay, 2 states if you go through Wisconsin, but still, like, seriously, this makes no logical sense. I'm pulling everything up here so I can pull it one at a time. So I like palettes. Let's see. Why did I make this order? I have to have the justification of why I made the order. Okay, I made the order. I'll tell you why I first made the order. So Ulta, it's their fault. I should just delete the app. But actually, I'm on a low buy now. So I will explain that at some point, how I'm going to do that. Yeah, hopefully that low buy will kind of stick. And I mean, it will. It has to, because finances, you know, things happen, life happens. But anyway, they sent an email and they said, Nix is having buy one, get one 50. And I said, oh, Nix is one of those that I have a couple of things that I really would like to try. And so I wanted to try the marshmallow primer, right? So I said, if I'm going to try the marshmallow primer, I'm not going to get the big one. Because, take a sip of your coffee. You should be drinking coffee at this time. I drink juice, and I have flavored water, I have tea, and I have juice. I'm trying to get the liquids in. The tea is caffeinated, but I'll still probably fall asleep, because that's how it works. Anyway, so I wanted to get this primer, the marshmallow primer, to see how it works. I have used it once, and I don't have an opinion. But when I hold this up to the light, it looks like it's half empty, which is kind of annoying. That's the kind of thing that's like, I wonder if the weight is actually there. I should get a little food scale and see if the weight is actually there. So hello, welcome to those who have joined. Feel free to jump in and say hi and tell me where you're from and tell me what has brought you into my crazy little chatty live streams. So anyway, the marshmallow primer, it does smell really good. I've used it one time. It seems like it's quite good. I'm going to use it a little bit more and get a better idea before I decide if I want to buy the big one. But I thought that would make sense. It's a little bit pricier at the big size. But this was $8 on Ulta. And then I said, because I'm super cheap, if I'm going to use a coupon, I'm going to get the 50% off of something that is exactly the same price, because otherwise, if you get something that's like $4, it'll take like the $2 off the $4, which is like almost nothing off. in the big scheme of things. So I want to get the full 25% off, which is what the maximum that you can get off of that coupon, right? So I found this guy. This is the NYX Professional Makeup Epic Wear eyeliner. And this is in the color, what color is it? Oh, it's right there, Emerald Cut. So this is a really pretty green. I'll put it right here so you can see. I'll have a few more things that I'll be swatching, but yeah, hey, my cameras actually work now, kind of more or less. Hey, let's see if it'll focus on that. Focus, focus, focus. Well, it's trying. It's trying. It's better than it was. We've got lighting here too. So anyway, that's a really pretty green color. I've been really into greens lately. Green and purple has always been my favorite color. Green has always been my favorite color to combine with purple, although I like red too. But green has never been my favorite color to wear. So I'm just kind of getting used to being able to wear that. So I ended up getting these two because they were $8 originally. So I got 50% off of one of these. Welcome to those who have joined. Thank you for coming and chatting with me about my goodies that I got here. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to hopefully learn how to use this a little bit. I've been doing some like graphic looks with liner and also with shadows. And I'm hoping that I can kind of use these to kind of play with that because my eyes are older and they're hooded and they have more challenges. So I'm hoping that these will be a little more forgiving than liquid. I don't know. So, and again, welcome to those who are coming in. So I know we haven't been going at this very long, but I'm talking about my Ulta haul. So I got it first because these were a BOGO sort of thing. I threw them in the cart and I was like, maybe I'll run over to Ulta because it's like a mile away, mile and a half away, if that. And I'll just pick them up there because then I don't have to pay for shipping. But then they sent another email and said, oh, we're having a sale on stuff. And I said, well, I should check and see what that stuff is because it could be something I desperately need. Sure enough, it was. So I am kind of I'm trying to keep myself focused because, okay, so my story, I have to kind of give a little abbreviated version of the story, I feel like, in a lot of my live streams for those that don't know me. But I lived in the Caribbean for several years, and then I had to come back because of civil unrest in Haiti. We went to the Dominican Republic, and then because of COVID and work situations, I had to come back to the U.S. And soon thereafter, my husband and my dog joined me. They're both from Haiti. So that's the abbreviated story. So I have been out of the whole makeup world for a while. And I wasn't really into makeup that much before, but I kind of got into it in Haiti as much as you can get into it in Haiti when there's not a whole lot of access. So I kind of got to know like e.l.f. a little bit better and Shop Miss AOA Studio and that sort of thing. So yeah, I was playing like, with the cheaper brands and stuff, but I was watching Tati and I was watching some of the others, mostly Tati. She was the one that I just watched all the time because I felt like she was one of the most honest ones. And she was one that for the most part was staying out of the drama. Unfortunately, she dipped her toe in and that was it. So I miss her. I think she was amazing. But anyway, I think she is amazing. She's not dead. She's just not in our world anymore, in our world of YouTube. But maybe she'll come back. Anyway, so what I've been doing is trying to focus on a few brands and try to narrow it so that I'm really getting to know a few brands and I'm keeping them pretty much drugstore. I'm keeping them drugstore because I don't have the money to pay for a whole bunch of expensive stuff. So one of the brands that I found for palettes, because I go nuts with palettes. Palettes, I'm across the board. I get whatever. But is the LA Girl. So I don't know if you guys have tried this. Anybody tried this? I will, when the next order comes in, have the 6 most recent of this LA Girl palette, the 16 pan. I'm going to show you the inside of this. This is what happens when you order this. It's happened twice to me. I got this one and then I got the main stage, which is the purple, green, and blue one. These ones are a little tough to open. You kind of got to get them on the edge and open them up, which is my one complaint. They have this enormous mirror here, which is great. My light's over there, so I can point it this direction. So you can see that big mirror. And then this is how it came. So you see this color, these shimmery colors come shattered a lot. So this one came shattered, and I contacted Ulta, and I said the color has come shattered, and they said no problem, we're setting out a new one. No questions asked. And I mean, I said, okay, I'm trying to send you a picture. I couldn't get to attach. They said no problem, just keep it. So I think what I'm going to do, because I can still use this, I have the plastic over here kind of holding it in, and then I put a little bit of alcohol in to kind of make it like set it in there a little bit more. It's just really crumbly, but these colors are just absolutely stunning. I'm going to take this off carefully. Yeah, it was really all over that one, but this color here is just positively stunning. These shimmers are absolutely to die for. So here is that color that was shattered. It is, okay, YouTube, you're not really seeing it. I gotta get this. There's a little bit of a, so what it looks like a loose glitter. It is not at all. It's kind of these flakes, and then it comes off like this. It's just a liquid, melty, chrome sort of thing. It's fantastic. And there's another one here that's this pink, same sort of thing. And this is like the formula of their, we got a little bit of brightness here. Let's see if I can shade that so you can see that on YouTube. That didn't really help. Anyway, it's much better on Instagram. So, but yeah, it just has that really beautiful foiled look. Gorgeous. But also, I, of course, didn't grab a wipe. So I'm going to use one that's already dried from what I was doing this morning. I hardly used it for anything, so I'm not that gross. I'm going to swatch this yellow one and this red one just so you can see what these look like. So this is the red and this is the yellow. There's the yellow and what it looks like. Again, you can see it much better on Instagram. And then there's the pink. So this is a, it's almost neutral, I would say, in many ways. So this is like greeny yellows. I'm trying not to blind y'all. This row here is more like browns and oranges. This one is more like pinks, and then this one is more like mauves. But it really definitely lays in a way that can be very, very neutral, and I think very usable for people that are kind of experimenting, playing with color, don't want to go real extreme. For a lot of people like me, I would almost consider this to be a neutral palette. It is beautiful. I'm so happy to have it. I love those palettes. They perform beautifully. They're so underrated. But then when I got that one, okay, so these were 50% off. So that's why I was like, okay, now I need to get them. And I think, did I have a coupon too? No, I don't think so. Because I think the 50% off didn't give a coupon. Maybe I got that $3.50 off. I don't think so. Because there's a $3.50 code that you can put on basically anything that's $15, which, so I'll do like multiple orders and then go pick them up. Because then I also get the Rakuten or whatever it is. So I have that app so that I'm saving, I think it's 10% now, right now, but it's not always that. So sometimes you're saving like 5% or 10% or 3% or whatever, and you get that cash back. Not saving, but you're getting the cash back. So it comes like every quarter, so it takes a while to come. But I thought, well, those are so great. And I want to see how these are, because I've heard specifically, get the 16 pan. And I thought, well, maybe that means there's a problem with the other ones. So I figured I'd get this one. This hat comes in 3. This is the Keep It Playful eye palette, which is weird because this is less playful than the other ones. But this is Downplay. And I got this because it is the most cool tone, and I really love that. But again, you've got these foiled colors here. This one is like a black or like a gunmetal gray. And this one is this brilliant, oh my goodness, do you see these? If you guys are into palettes, you should get this one. It was last week like $5 because it was 50%. But I think they're $10 normally, which would make sense if that's 50% off. Look at how those perform. So I did a look with basically this one all over the lid for like a black smoky eye look. It is really gorgeous. Grab my baby wipes to clean off my swatchy messes so I don't get this all over me. By the way, if you're wondering what I'm wearing, in case it matters. My glasses are from Zenni. I got those. I think I got those. Yeah, I got those in like October. Maybe I ordered them in September or October last year. So they should still be on the site. They're this brown translucent. They almost look like they match my hair in this lighting, but they don't actually, because my hair is more of like a purple sort of color. I wish it was more purple, but whatever. I used a splat dye on my hair. Yeah, whatever, it is what it is. And that's also in my stories, because everything's in my stories. And then this guy actually came in a Walmart beauty box with like 4 others. So the Walmart beauty box is $6.95, I think, right now. And it comes once a quarter, and they send you a bunch of goodies, including samples and stuff. But they sent 5 scrunchies, that's what 5 scrunchies cost anyhow if you go to Walmart and buy them. So basically I got all the other stuff for free, and I needed scrunchies anyhow, so that worked out for me. So this top is from Forever 21, and it is about 4 years old, something like that. I actually got this when I was in Haiti. And then I have been loving sports bras. I am a complete convert to sports bras. I had a couple from Torrid, like actual underwire and, you know, those torture devices for years. And then got them, you know, like when I was in Haiti. And then I was like, you know, the same ones, kind of getting little rips and stuff. And then because they're looking a little nasty. And then my dog, when she misses me, she'll sometimes chew on my clothes. She's usually really good at it, good about it. And now that she's like been reprimanded a few times, she has not done it since. But she kind of took a piece out of the side, so it fits a little bit weird. The one that I have left, the other one, she took the strap, and then another one just broke at the strap. So I'm down to one. And so I was like, I need a new one. And then I went, and they're so expensive for my size, because I'm like in the, you know, H cup sort of range. And so I was like, you know, I don't want to deal with all that. So I ended up going to Walmart, and they had not this one, but another sports bra on discount. And I was like, it's 3X. I'm going to see, because sometimes, you know, you never know. Like when you're a big cup size, it might say 3X, but it might not actually fit a 3X. It might not fit like, you know, a GH, you know, sort of cup. Grabbed it, and it was so comfortable, and I loved it. And I didn't even care that I had uniboob. That was totally fine with me. So then I found this pack of 3. This is the gray one. You can't really see because it's washed out, but it's got the pack of 3. So there's a white one, a gray one, I think the white one, maybe black. Anyway, and a blue one, like a heather blue. And they're so comfortable. I wear them all the time. The only time I wear the other one, which is still the old one that I have, that I wear on Sundays for church. That's it. All the rest of the time, we're just being comfortable. Because you know what? Life's too short to not be comfortable. Seriously. I mean, get yourself a sports bra. Forget the underwire. Anyway, so this palette is absolutely amazing. And I don't have it here right now, but I got the Natasha Denona one from the BoxyCharm. This is easily as good. And quite similar in the color story. They're near dupes. In many of the colors are almost the same, and this has more colors. So I have heard people say that the LA Girl shadows are like high-end quality, and they really are. They really are. So this is actually what I have on my lips today. I'd gotten this one before, and this is in the color Giggle. This is this little lippy. That's this pretty purple color, because I'm obsessed with purple. And so I thought that was so cute. They have a couple other purple ones too that I want to try. I read on the reviews that these were streaky. So, Gula Girl, hello, welcome. I think you're the last one that has joined us. So welcome. We're talking about my Ulta haul and LA Girl, which is kind of fun. But that purple one is, yeah, it's not, I didn't find it streaky at all. This one is in the color Sweet Revenge. So the color names are kind of cute. So it's just like, you know, spring pink sort of thing. And I expect these to be streaky. Just the nature of these, they're like putting white out on your lips, kind of, because it's the pastel-y sort of thing. But I wanted to try this. If you rub it on your lips, you're going to get streaks. So what I do is I just dab it on. And then I also used this lip gloss, which I'll talk about in a second, over the top of it. And I think it's pretty cute. I would like to try more colors of these because I really enjoy them. They are supposedly a matte, but they are not a like smudge proof, stay in place sort of matte or anything like that. But they were like $1 something. And I'm all for a bargain. Especially now when you can't wear the stuff out. So my 3 sons 35 is in the house. Welcome to our little party, our little unboxing party. So yeah, I already told you about the NYX stuff that I got. So the marshmallow primer and then the green liner. And then because I wanted to compare liners, and I'd already had one, I'd already gotten this one in a previous Ulta haul. This is the LA Girl Pastel Dream Auto Eyeliner in Lavender. Because again, I said I'm obsessed with purple, but I decided to get 2 more. So this one is the one in Marshmallow. Yes, to go with the marshmallow primer, maybe. I don't know. Was I in a marshmallow kick? Maybe. And then this one is the Shockwave Neon Liner in Fresh. And this is not neon to me. This is, oh, I should swatch these for you. This is like a turquoise teal color. It's right above. This one is the one from NYX, and this is the LA Girl. I keep wanting to say LA Colors because that's the other brand that's super cheap, but they're even more cheap. And then this is what the marshmallow one looks like. So they're really creamy and easy to apply, but then once you get them on, they really do stay put once they set. So I'm cool with that. Let me swatch that lippy for you so you can see what that looks like. I'll put it right across here. It's a pretty bright pink. Definitely a springy, bright pink. It's actually more bright than this color, I think. But pretty close. And then I got this guy. I'm so late to the game on this one. I have been trying to get concealers to work and really make my under eye look good. So I think YouTube can tell a little bit better. I feel like Instagram might have more filter happening. Let me take these off. You're gonna see the indents because I've been wearing them all day. I have been wearing the Wet n Wild Incognito. I have to put it like right next to you so I can see. Mega Last Incognito. This is the one I put on this morning. I'm trying to get something that really kind of smooths things out and doesn't settle into my lines. I tried this, as you can see, when I first got it. It does seem pretty good, but I feel like I just need to figure out application and setting and how much and all that. I just need to play with it a bit more because I do not know much about concealers, but I would like a little bit of brightness, and then just, and also you can see because I wear glasses, so any darkness that's under there is going to be amplified because the shadow. There's always a shadow when you're wearing glasses. So I'm hoping that this will help a little bit to counter that a little bit without being too extreme. I don't know. The last thing I got, I'm going to wipe these things off of me because I keep thinking I'm going to smear these colors all over everything. The last thing I got is this. The LA Girl Lip Plumper tinted. It doesn't really have much of a tint to it, but I guess technically there's a tint. I thought it went on clear. That thing has some bite to it. I put it on and then my lips felt almost like, so when I was in the Caribbean, what would happen is if they would get sunburnt, they would get like these little bubbles on them a little bit. You know, like little bumps on them from the sun. Little teeny tiny ones, like not, you know, like cold sores or anything like that. It was just like little tiny bumps that would get in there. That's kind of what this seemed to do. So I don't know if it was a reaction to it or if it was even this. It might have been something else. So I'm going to like lay off it for a little bit and then I'm going to try it again and see. But it does definitely tingle. But it did seem to plump as well. It was more of a curiosity than anything else. It was $1 or something. So I decided to throw it in there and see. Because again, I'm trying to get to know the brand. So LA Girls, the brand, trying to get to know them. NYX now has joined the, I didn't have anything from NYX before. now I got a couple things, so now I can continue on with NYX. That's kind of my thing, is like, if I don't have anything from them, I'm going to leave them alone. But once I get something from them because somebody said, you have to have this, or I acquire it through something else, then I'm like, okay, now I can venture into that. That's my deal. So let's see. My dog is over there, all depressed. She was, when Daddy went to work, my husband went to work, and she was like, Mommy, it's our time to snuggle, because that's what we do when he goes to work, is we go over to the couch. And I sit down, and she lays between my legs, sits sideways on the couch so I can kind of like put my legs open. And then she like makes a little nest in my legs. And then I have the computer like sitting on a chair next to me and do my thing, or watch a TV or whatever, hanging out on my phone. She was so upset at me. So she sat over on the couch and like glared at me for a while. And now she's just sleeping over there, waiting for me to come and join her, which I will do after we're done here. So yeah. Speaking of palettes, I've been going through this one. So this is my BH Summer in Saint-Tropez. Saint-Tropez? Yeah, something like that. I always try to speak French and I suck at it so bad. This is a really good palette. This is a really beautiful palette. Look at this. So this one got dropped and I kind of stuck some of the stuff back in there because I'm like that. It didn't shatter. Nothing shattered. You can see it's just a little cracked around the edges. So again, I just dripped. I didn't even like take it out and repress it or anything. I just dripped. Is that the past tense? Dripped. I guess that's it. A little bit of alcohol in there and then kind of pushed everything in and then just let it lay flat for a little bit. And then when it was mostly dry, I pushed it in again to make sure. And it does seem to be fine. So I'm holding it up. There's nothing flying away or anything like that. It doesn't look as pretty, but it does on the eyes. So that's what I'm wearing today. And this was the third look. I'm really loving this. And I do absolutely want some more from BH Cosmetics, but I've been a little annoyed because they've been doing, it seems like the same color story in multiple palettes. So I'm like, what is up with that? But I may or may not have another one or two BH Cosmetics palettes coming to me that are not new ones. Because again, there was a sale. So they may or may not be in my possession. If the post office can get their act together. Oh my goodness, what in the world? So you guys know that, well, maybe you don't. I use an oil. Okay, come on, camera. There we go. I use an oil for everything, almost. So I have a DIY oil, and that is my skincare. And so when I see Prisco Hernandez is back. Hey, she always comes in and says, hi, how's it going? I'm talking about my oil I use for my skincare, my DIY oil. So what do you use for skincare? That's what I'm curious about. I don't do much for like buying skincare because I look at the ingredients list and I literally, okay, well, this doesn't have an ingredients list, but if it did, I literally would have everything on here or could easily get it for a fraction of the price. And so, like by volume, basically. And so I'm like, it's so easy now with Amazon and these different places and ordering online. It's so easy to grab this stuff and then make your own stuff. So I have been using oil for a long time. I realized with my oily skin, the reason that the oil is getting out of control is because I was stripping the oil out of it, and it needs that oil in order to stay balanced and stay cleansed. And so as I'm stripping it out, then it generates more oil and whatnot. And also my mistake was thinking that moisture and oil are the same thing, and they're not. So moisture is different than oil. So just because your skin is oily does not mean it doesn't need to be moisturized. A little bit different topic. But so I have this oil that I mix up, and I've talked about that in some videos. I think when I was editing my videos, I think I was talking about that there. And I'll do it sometime here. I'll like maybe explain to you and give you the rundown of all of the oils I use and whatnot. But basically I have two oils. I have one that does not have essential oils in it, and that is basically just carrier oils. And then I have one that has the essential oils in it. And I have tons of like a whole mix, and I just throw them all in there because I make sure that they're okay for your skin and your hair, and that there's not like any major warnings. And then I don't put it directly on my eyes, but it does get on. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. The oil that does not have essential oils in, I use that to remove my makeup. And so that's always in the bathroom by the sink. So I just put like 3 pumps in my hand. I close my eyes. I put it around and kind of like flick it through my eyelashes, but don't like rub it into the crease of my, where my eyelids close. I put it in my eyebrows if I have eyebrow product. And then I just kind of put a little bit light layer all over, and then I let it sit there for a little bit of time so it can kind of break down all that gunk and whatnot, and kind of bind with the natural oils so that everything removes really easily. And then after a little bit of time, I run some warm water and I run that over my face with a cloth. And then I'll get to my eyelashes and I kind of just flick through again. I'll take the cloth on here and flick through my eyelashes, but I'm not rubbing my eye. I'm just flicking through my eyelashes to get all the dark off. And then when it's no longer coming off black, then it's clean. So that's how I clean my face. And then I use a warm or a hot, and I'll kind of steam to kind of open things up and let everything open up basically. And then I'll use cool to close them back down once I've got the oils and everything kind of cleaned out, if that makes sense. So I try not to keep my pores warm. But then this wasn't going to turn into a whole tutorial on how I use my oils, but that's okay. It did. Then I put my oil on when my face is wet. I do not dry my face because moisture, the best moisture you have is water. And so the oil will seal it in. And so oil is a carrier and a barrier. So it carries nutrients into your skin and holds them there so that your skin can absorb them. But it is also a barrier that keeps your skin, keeps things in your skin or keeps things out of your skin. So it can help to keep, pollutants and that sort of thing out, and it can help to keep moisture in. And so that's the benefit of oil. I mean, there's a ton of benefits, but that's one of the benefits of oil. So I put the oil on my face, and I put the oil at night. I'll put 8 to 10 drops, depending on how dry my skin is. When I was in Haiti, I was doing less, but now that I have been so much drier in Minnesota, I'll put 8 to 10 drops in my hand, rub it together, and then, tap it all over my neck. My face, my neck, and my décolleté, this whole area here. And then I put a moisturizer over the top. Now, I wasn't using a moisturizer, but I've been getting them in BoxyCharm and Ipsy and whatnot. And I've added that. And it does seem like my skin likes it. I haven't seen anything adverse. I haven't seen a huge change other than there was some flakiness that was happening here and here. That does not seem to be happening as much anymore. So, but again, I'm pretty oily naturally. So I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I just figure it out as I go and say, oh, that's working. Oh, that's not working. But I also use it in my hair. So before I wash my hair, like the night before, I really will saturate my hair with the oil. And then, other things, other conditioners and all natural conditioners and whatnot. And then I'll braid it up, let it sit like that all night, and then I'll wash it out in the morning. And also my husband uses it. So he uses it on his face, and he's growing his beard. So he uses it on his beard up a little bit. In fact, I'm going to take my glasses off, but then that means I can't see. So I am using the Lash Paradise. But my eyelashes lately have been so much longer. I'm not curling them, but you don't know what they look like before. But they weren't necessarily anything exciting. But this is Lash Paradise. But I put that on this morning. There's no falsies on there. That's my lashes, right? That's my natural lashes. Also, my brows used to be so thin. Now, I have the wrong color brow gel in there because I got it and I'm going to use it up, darn it. And I wasn't going anywhere today, so I said I'm going to use this one because I don't like to waste stuff. But it's not the one I normally would use, which is the e.l.f. one. But yeah, but I've been noticing how much it makes my lashes and my eyebrows grow. And then also I get a lot of skin tags. And it seems to have taken care of a lot of the skin tags, other than this is a bump of, this is not I don't think that, but also PCOS gives you skin tags. I get them right here. And I think part of that is because of, you know, when I was rubbing my eyes too much and I was actually using makeup removers. Bad idea. So I think I actually was rubbing too much and I got some skin tags here on the side. So, but the oils have helped that too for the skin tags that were showing up in other places. So they've gotten smaller. Also, I used to have really big ones on my neck and they are all gone. I have them down here because I haven't really been putting the oil down there. So I've started to move the oil down a little bit more. So anyway, the oils, natural oils, they do so much for you. Use that instead of spending a lot of money. But speaking of skincare, No7 apparently has good skincare, and I got some little samples from them. But last week, I mentioned to you guys that I had a coupon. Was this true? Am I lying to you? When did I get this? When did I get this, and where did I get this? Oh, no. Yes, no, yes. I was at Target, I think, when I got this. So I went into Target and I knew that this is basically like a mirror. So I'm trying not to blind you. You can see my mess. But so this is the No7 setting powder, triple action finishing powder in light medium. I got this and I was like, holy cow, that smooths out my skin so well. Now, today, we had a little bit of a pseudo disaster, not disaster, but I'm just not happy with the way it looked. I'm using this, and I actually think I really like this. This is the Hard Candy Hydrating Primer, and I got this as a sample in the Walmart box, the same one this came in. Is that true? Did I lie to you? I don't think I lied to you. I think that's true. So this is like the 12-hour makeup grip, right? Sorry. My phone just vibrated and then it slipped. So let me see if I can get you back in position. IG, so that you're not looking at the wall. Anyway, there we go. So I've been using this and it seems like it's pretty good. I'm gonna use it a little bit more because I may just get a full size of that. It's not very expensive. It's Hard Candy. Anyway, I put that on, and then here's where the mistake happened. I decided to use this again. This is Studio Makeup. This came in Boxy, I think, BoxyCharm. Their Tint and Moisturizer. So shake well. You literally can't shake this. Like yeah, you can't shake it. You could move it around like that, agitate, which is actually what it says in French, but you know, anyway, it translated into shake well, which does not quite work. I put this on and I used this guy. Now, I really like it's dirty now because I used it this morning. This is from Shop Miss AOA Studio. It's still a little bit damp because it hasn't dried out. But I like this one. This is the microfiber one. And it's almost like combining a brush and a sponge together. So I've really liked this. Some people said that it was flaking apart. I haven't had that problem. But I'll probably get a few more of these because this is about time to, I haven't had it super long, but it's about time to replace this one. And I haven't used it very much. I think I've probably used it less than a half dozen times maybe. But I used this to put it on. And then I was like, I'm going to get more coverage. So I put a little bit more on. Now, I'm not a full coverage person, but I was just like curious. That was probably a mistake because now my face has been like, it feels like there's a layer of grease or oil or clay on it like all day. I set it with this, and between this and the primer, I think these two are what saved this. I don't think this is good, especially not for oily skin like I have. So I don't know. I will try this a few more times because I have it and I don't just throw things out unless I absolutely hate them. So I'll try to find some way to use that. So, anyhow, No7 really impressed me. So this this powder really impressed me because it really does blur. I have really big craters in texture and stuff like that from back in the day when I didn't know anything about my skin, and I thought that plastering Noxzema on it and then pinching out all my zits was the solution. Turns out that wasn't the solution. Anyway, so I went nuts on the No7 website because they had their friends and family sale, and I decided I was going to get a full face. So I did. I've heard really good things about this line. I've heard good things about their skincare, but as you already know, I'm not going to spend a lot of money on skincare. So I thought I'm just going to try to get the whole thing. Now, the interesting thing about No7 makeup is it is, there's nothing super fancy about it. It just seems to be good quality, straightforward. This is what you need. Here's 3 colors. Go for it. You know, whatever, for better or for worse, that's kind of how it is. So there weren't a lot of options, was what I'm saying. So I got almost a full face, except I didn't get anything for the eyebrows, but that's okay because I don't do a whole lot for my eyebrows anyhow, other than run a gel through it. Since I wear glasses and you can't usually see the eyebrows very much, but maybe with glasses like this, you can see them more. So I got this Lift and Illuminate primer, and it does seem pretty good. I'm going to try it a few times. I tried this when it came back. I just threw a quick full face on, like, I think this arrived on Sunday, and I'd already had my makeup on, so then I just kind of, you know, washed off and then put another, you know, like the face products on and whatnot, and then kind of played with the palette, the eye palette a different time. So, but it seems like it's pretty good. I did seem to notice that these products together looked really good. So I'm eager to try. They are also supposed to have skincare in them, which is, you know, I'll take it. I mean, if it has, I'm not against skincare. I'm just saying that I can make it cheaper. So, and make it more potent and more effective for my skin, more fine-tuned. So this is the Airbrush Away Tinted Skin Perfector. So again, like a tinted moisturizer sort of thing, that is all the rage these days. This is actually a pretty good size tube. This is the one from Wet n Wild, right? So, I mean, of course, Wet n Wild is cheaper, but I mean, you know, it's not that big of a difference. This is 0.91 fluid ounce, and this is 1.3. So that's a decent, you know, almost half an ounce more. So I got these. If anybody is interested in having me like do a full face, I might just do that. I might just start like getting on here and putting my makeup on camera and talking about whatever it is we talk about. I also might change the time for this. I'm deciding because our schedules are changing a little bit, so I may actually be able to move it up a little bit. We'll see what happens. And then this is the Lift and Illuminate Serum Concealer. This one I think I'm going to have really good luck with. This seems to have just a little bit better, different consistency. Like I said, I don't know much about concealers, how to best use them. One advantage of this too is this is a little bit darker than some of the other ones I've gotten. And so it seems like it's a little bit closer to my skin tone, which, well, it's actually a little bit darker than my skin tone, it seems. I might have to actually mix that with some other, but when I get tan in the summertime, that'll work. It's just so hard to buy the color. Now it looks like it's darker. I don't know. Otherwise, it looks like it is exactly the color, but it's supposed to lift and illuminate. So it does look like it blurs. It looks like, I don't know. And these don't really have much of a scent, which is kind of cool. So this is the lash extender. I did think that this made my lashes look really pretty, quite natural. So the other mascaras I have are the Lash Paradise, the Sky High, and the Lash Princess. Those are the only other 3 I have. So this will make it number 4. And I think this is going to be kind of my no makeup sort of look, super, you know, natural, supernatural sort of thing. But yeah, I think this will be kind of that deal. I don't know. I got this pencil because it was, I don't know if they had a liquid, but I don't like to have a lot of extra pencils because I don't use them that much. This is the black one, Amazing Eyes pencil, Stay Perfect. And this is in black. Let me just swatch it on here so you can see. It is not a super pigmented black. It's more of like a gray. That's okay for me because I don't need it super black. But if you want it super black, this is probably not the one. Also, I just kind of did that and you can see it smudged a little bit. So I'm going to play with this a little bit and see. It might take a little bit more setting. I didn't really play with that before, so I will take a little time with that and see. I don't know. And then I got 2 face products. I got a bronzer here, which is a beautiful looking bronzer in a little compact here. And this does look really nice on the skin. This is in maple, but again, the colors are really hard to tell online, so you just kind of get them and hope for the best. And then this one is a blush, and this is in Damson Mist. And it is this guy. It's a really pretty pink, but quite pigmented. So that's what it looks like right here. But you know, I think it's really pretty, and I think it's really nice for spring. It does sheer out, but it has staying power too. So even though I kind of sheared it out, so you can see that a little bit, it still does keep the effect. And then I got the High Shine lip gloss, and this one I got in Pink Slip. And this is actually, I'm wearing this over the top of the LA Girl, this pink color here. They work pretty nicely together. This doesn't have much of a color at all. Really, really sheer, but quite pretty. And it does have a really nice shine to it. I put it on a while ago, so so it's not, you know, it's kind of wearing off a little bit because I'm talking clearly. And then I got this palette. Now, the palettes confuse me a little bit because these palettes are all shimmer, except for this white one, which is a satin. But all these are shimmer. And then you can see there's a couple like this one and this one. These 2 taupey colors are really, really similar. And then you got these 2 grays that are really, really similar. This one on camera, it might look a little bit similar to this one, but this one's actually a lot deeper. I don't know if this is supposed to be just kind of a one and done sort of thing, you know, just put it over your lid and then, you know, like pop this on and then choose one of these. Is that the deal? I'm not sure. To me, you can't really get a full look with this. They are really pretty, but they're also subtle. And that's kind of, I don't think that's a negative here because I think that's kind of the theme of this whole line is kind of natural, subtle, fresh face sort of thing. And then I think that kind of works with it because you can, you know, like I said, it's just a one and done sort of thing. So I think for this look, it's okay. But I will use it a few more times and kind of formulate an opinion of it. But I feel like I would need to mix it with maybe a matte palette in order for me to get what I need out of it. But I also might just keep it by me and keep it as like a shimmer palette for, you know, toppers or whatnot. I don't know. Anyway, so everything that I got for the 30% off because it was, again, the Friends and Family sale. And then they also gave freebies because I was over 45. If it was over 35, I think I got like these 3 guys. And then over 45, I also got this guy. So let's start with this guy, I guess. This is the dark spot corrector. And these are actually all the same size. They're all 3 ml. Yeah, 3 milliliter. But this guy comes in a really cute little packet like this. This one's 5 ml. So anyway, this is the Dark Spot Corrector Booster Serum. And I do have a few dark spots that are coming. Age spots, call them what you will. I have one here. I don't know if you can really tell. There's one here, there's one here, and then there's a couple on this side. Discoloration and whatnot. I have a lot of facial hair, and so from pulling and whatnot, I try to just shave it, but sometimes, you know, I pull it because it gets annoying, and I'm hoping that it won't grow back, but it does. But I have some discoloration here from that, and so I'm hoping that this will really help with that. So I'm using it morning and night. We'll see if it's something, because if it is, I will either maybe check the price and see if it's worth me buying it, or I just look up the ingredients and get the ingredients and put it in. Actually, I did look up the ingredients, and I have like 2 of the ingredients already, so we'll see. This is skin paste. I'm confused. What is skin paste? I really like the little sachets that they have from AOA Studio, where they have a little twist off thing. I wish they had that for these. I think that would be really cool. And those are, you know, kind of reducing waste and whatnot. But this is a skin paste CICA Rescue. Visibly reduces redness. I don't have a ton of redness. I do have some. I'm willing to use this and just see what it does. Skin soothing ingredient. And you're basically supposed to use it overnight. So basically you put it on your skin after your skin is cleansed, and then you use it at night, and then you wash it off in the morning, and it's supposed to make your skin look less red. I don't have a ton of redness, so I don't know that it's going to make a huge difference, but again, I'll try it and see. I kind of want to try each of these separately so that I can get the idea of how they work, like on their own, instead of just putting them all on, because then I won't know which one is working. These two are actually quite similar. This is the water concentrate. Oh, the hydroluminous water concentrate, pure hyaluronic acid. Now, when they say pure hyaluronic acid, that doesn't mean this only contains hyaluronic acid. That means it contains pure hyaluronic acid, plus the other stuff that they have in there, you know. And so this is another one that's supposed to go like morning and evening. And it is primarily just a humectant, moisturizer. So, and then this one is the Water Surge Gel, 72-hour hydration, visibly fresh and glowing skin. I'll compare the ingredients on these two and see how different they are. They might just be a little bit different formulation, but who knows? Who knows? Anyway, but I'm definitely going to try these and see if they're any good. And then what I'll do is, as I always do, I'll look them up in the ingredients and see what the active ingredients are, and go and buy it on Amazon for like $5 or $10 or $15, and for a big bottle, and then add it to my own oils and moisturizers and whatnot like that. So that's what we got. That's it. And that's basically been an hour. I mean, look at us timing this all right. And cool. I am really appreciative of everybody who kind of pops in here and joins me. And sometimes people pop in and pop out, and then people watch these afterwards and they give comments, and YouTube and Instagram. Really appreciate it. I'm doing this for fun, but I'm also doing it because I would like to grow this community and have this conversation at a time that works for you. So definitely, if you've made it this far in the video, let me know what times work best for you and what would be kind of an ideal way to schedule, and what you want to talk about, because I want to make sure that we're talking about the things that you're interested in. And if you are so inclined, feel free to like, subscribe, comment, share, follow. If you are not on Instagram, hit me up over there. It's the same handle, 40plus, spelled the same way. And same with YouTube. If you're on Instagram and you're not hitting me up on YouTube, go over there. I'd love to get my subscribers up a little bit so that YouTube starts sharing my content. And now hopefully that we've got a little bit better camera situation and lighting situation, that will all improve. I got to turn my head this way because my ring light is over there. And so I find that if I put it off to the side and I kind of turn like this, then it doesn't reflect in my glasses. Tricky, huh? I get a shadow over here though, but that's okay. It's also because there's a stupid canister light over the top of me, so that's what makes this shadow. I don't know. It's at night, so I don't know how to light myself up the best. So anyway, it was fun. And I will see you guys in the next one. We will be here on Sunday at 5 p.m. Central, and then next Wednesday I may change it to 9. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned. Check out my Instagram and find out what we're gonna do with the time. So I will see you then. Have a good night. Bye. We got an off, we got an end stream, end video, and